Hi! Hello. Bloody hell, where the hell am I? Oh, I twisted this friend when Ellie was here, didn't I?
Bit less. Oh yeah. Now I need a cushion, don't I? So I can not be so low now.
Jump to the left and I shake that hand, and I jump to the right and I shake that hand. That's how you do the scarn.
Excuse that outburst, everybody. I have no idea what he's going on about.
You liar. Callum, you and the internet today. Good evening all. Hope everyone had a lovely day. Layla wants to know what you had for breakfast and lunch today. First of all, hello Layla. We were looking at your picture. You're a right little cutie. Breakfast. What did I have for breakfast?
Avo on toast.
I had avo on toast and soya yogurt, black grapes. They were delicious. Have you tried those ones?
Yeah.
They're particularly nice. They're not like any I've ever tasted before. So I'm kind of towards sable, but different. Really sweet and tangy and delicious. Super sweet. Bit of ground chia, bit of ground flax, bit of cinnamon. That was my breakfast. And a protein shake.
Nice.
And then for lunch, we had...
Noodles with a stir fry?
Oh, yeah. Steam fried noodles and veggies and tofu. Yeah, it's a delicious bit of Chinese 5-spice. Oh, god damn. What did you have, Layla? I'm interested.
Yeah.
Wind Waker's in the hizzy, as is Corvid Moon. General Jolicoeur. How you doing, Andre? Good to see you. Ghostface Killer. I'm at work, unfortunately, but hope you come back on later, my friend. We'll be here till about 8 p.m. GMT, so about an hour. Aslan, good evening. People, hope you're all doing well. Hope you're doing well too. Aaron Gray, music's a bit too crazy. How dare you? Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't come into your house and say, oh, your music's shit. And I imagine your music will be horrible, probably slow and boring. A joke. No, you're a great person. But shut up. Emmanuel's here. How are you doing? Good to see you. Goody Richie. Amazing instrument playing. To entertain us before the real talk. Thank you. See? Some people appreciate good music. Do. Let's put it on again. Just to annoy him. Moo Stevens is in the house. Aaron again. Live e-petition debate relating to animal testing, 25th of October. That's today. What time? Where is it? Andre, fruitarian diets, what say ye? They're aimed at me, but do you want to get in on it?
I think if it's just fruit, then where are all your minerals coming from? You need a load of greens. But some people just eat fruit, but they eat a load of greens too.
I think your average fruitarian diet is probably fruit and greens.
Yeah, but what about like legumes and whole grains and, you know, the sort of things
essential
you have to
fatty
cook?
acids.
Yeah, I don't know. I think eat the broadest range of foods possible. Healthful foods, you know, for the best gut microbiome diversity.
Yeah, that's key.
But I do notice a difference if I have a smoothie to if I have a cooked meal, in terms of like, you know, if I just then had to go out, you know, on a bike ride, which isn't ideal as soon as you've eaten, but you know, if I have to, like, yeah, I feel a bit more lighter when I've had raw food. I do notice that difference. But yeah, I just think, what about the starch and stuff?
Yeah, I just think it's harder to get all your nutrients. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it'll be difficult. It's not for me. But some people say they do well on it, and I'm not going to poo-poo them.
At this time of year, like a papaya can be like 7 or 8 pounds, and it's crap, and it's like pale and, you know, not right, probably right.
I think if you're living in the tropics, it'd be a lot easier, wouldn't it?
And maybe you're more drawn to eat that, you know, that kind of stuff if it's hot and things as well. So, yeah, I don't think it's necessary to be fruitarian in order to be really healthy. That's what I'll say.
Yeah. Mark Crossy in the hizzy, good evening. Thanks, Corvid Moon. Aaron Gray, this feed is removing links. You can't share links that take you off YouTube on YouTube.
They don't like it up 'em.
Yeah. So you can stop saying that as well. Sophie Blewett, can you suggest any alternatives to prawns? Yes, any food without a face, a mum, or a poo pipe. Ideally. What did Andre said? Hearts of palm, make them into fishy tasting things that mimic shrimp and calamari. Yeah, not really a wheelhouse, to be honest, like mimicking
yeah. I mean, you can get plenty of, like, you know, mock whatevers that are already in the shops.
Sure, you can get vegan prawns, yeah.
You can get, like, I've seen like fish cakes and that sort of thing that are vegan. I haven't seen a prawn replacement, but I haven't been looking.
Poo pipe?
Yeah.
kudos to me.
Yeah, something must exist, I'm sure. But yeah, it's not our sort of bag, is it? You know, that kind of
It's
thing.
not our bag, baby.
If you say, I'm guessing you mean alternatives in terms of taste. You could mean in terms of like health. So they're quite protein rich. So
They're also cholesterol rich. More than beef.
That's really mad, isn't it?
More than steak, more cholesterol.
So you could go for any kind of protein source: tofu, tempeh, legumes, TVP, seitan, that sort of thing.
Right, where were we? Nellie's in the hizzy and Rebel Vegan. Good to see you guys. Our best friend Benny Green. Mitch Eats Plants. All the gang's there. All the gang. This is lovely.
Yeah. Don't forget to thumb up the stream, everybody.
Yeah, thumb up my stream. Oh, how dare you, Andre? Jesse went to my doctor. He said plant-based isn't good, just a fad. Whereabouts is he? In the UK, they've been told not to do that. He had me see a nutritionist. Just only going plant-based is the best thing I can do. I told my doctor to go to a nutritionist. That's a really good idea.
Great.
White bread in the hizzy. What's up, Green Giant? Bobby Hopkinson. Are there studies on soya consumption, the effect of estrogen in males? True. No. They're complete nonsense. Primo Dorino. General Dorino, good to see you.
Who funds those bad studies, do you reckon?
Oh, Milky Boy.
Yeah.
Mitch Eats Plants. Grapes are my favourite fruit, but a couple of years ago I got kidney stone, likely due to dehydration. Is that a cause of kidney stones? Recently also consumed an entire bag of cotton candy grapes, scarred for life. Those cotton candy grapes are great, aren't they?
I think...
we call them candy floss grapes, don't we? But it's the same thing.
Yeah, so I guess what you're saying is you ate those at the time you felt ill.
I don't know why they would cause kidney stone.
They take ages to form, so it wouldn't just be instant, But maybe what you're just saying is that you ate those at that time and it reminds you of that pain.
What are the causes of kidney stones? I know oxalates are one, so you don't want to eat a lot of oxalate-rich foods, which is not
protein,
great.
Isn't it one type? Too much protein?
I'm not sure. Lack of magnesium is a cause of kidney stones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime if I've ever been sick, as in vomit, in my life, whatever I had eaten before that, I would be put off that for a very long time. So if that's what you mean, then I can understand that. Cowboy.
Andre, do they celebrate Halloween where you live? Yes. And more importantly, are you going to wear a Halloween costume for this Friday stream? I thought that had gone. I thought that had gone already. I'm really disinterested in Halloween. Are you going to put your sexy witch outfit on?
I don't have any. I used to go out when I used to drink for Halloween as a sexy witch or a sexy whatever, You just put the word sexy in front of it, you wear a short skirt.
Or you could say dutty. That's Norfolk.
Yeah.
That's Norfolk really speak.
Celebrate. I mean, what does it mean anyway, Halloween? And why do people dress up in scary things? And I don't get it. I don't understand.
Money making scheme.
I understand the sort of history.
Isn't it from pagans? Must have All Hallows Eve or something.
Okay. What does it mean?
What does it mean?
Tell me something about it.
I've never been a fan. Never been a fan of all that.
We're not a fan of horror films and stuff as well, are we? Which is of a similar breed, is it?
Yeah, similar breed.
I remember being a kid and going trick-or-treating on my street. But these days, I was thinking this the other day, you never see kids trick-or-treating. We never have anyone knock on the door, do we? We're in a flat, but it's ground floor. Yeah, you just never see anyone.
No. When I was a lad, I remember people used to do it. I don't think I ever went. Me, Stevens, do you either of you snack between meals? Nah, try not to. I eat 3 large meals. I don't tend to get hungry between them, and it's not ideal. You really want to give a good gap between meals so to not overstress your gut microbiome and raise your risk for SIBO. You eat several smaller meals, don't you?
I eat 5 small meals a day. I just find it harder to get in a big volume of food these days. So yeah, and one of my meals, if I'm a bit rushed, I'm busy and stuff, and I don't have much time to eat or to make anything. A meal for me could be a punnet of grapes. That's the kind of size meals, that I have in one go. So some people would call that maybe a snack, wouldn't they? Well, maybe not a whole punnet, but...
A heavy question. What is a grapes? I would like very much one day to meet a grape.
Grape success. They have a dog up there.
Priya, do you like Sharon fruit? That's the same as the...
Persimmon?
Persimmon, isn't it? Had one today, sweet, but not that much taste.
Oh.
They don't have a lot of flavour per se. They remind me just of sugar. Like really, really ultra sweet. I love them. What say you?
Yeah, I like them a lot. Sometimes, though, they don't ripen very good or whatever. They can still be a bit hard. They can be ripe in some parts, but another part of it is a bit hard or funny. So maybe your one just like wasn't very good, or maybe you're just not a fan.
Well, if it was sweet. Callum, Layla's an element, hearing your kind words. Today she had a big smoothie, upping the fats. You suggested, she said, was a bowl of watermelon, orange, blueberries and raspberries. Lovely.
Very good. Good
Very
snack.
good.
Yes.
I approve. Corvid Moon, can you still share YouTube links on YouTube? Yeah, I think so.
I don't know if you guys can share any links in our stream because sometimes people share links to like our social medias at the end of the stream, the moderators.
Yeah, that's moderators though.
Oh, okay.
So we can share links.
Yeah.
And I think moderators can share links.
Okay.
But YouTube generally blocks links from other people because they don't want you to go off site, you see. Saving Souls Ministries. Do you think Sturridge is cursed by the devil? Well, that would explain a lot. I think he actually is the devil incarnate. Corvid, for breakfast today I had a banana with a light meal, bit of cereal with flaxseed bagel and green tea. Delicious.
Oh, nice.
Critea, is there a too much soya daily? No, there is not one of them. I mean, you don't want to go mental on any one food, even though soya is particularly healthy. It's a bean. But, I mean, there is some science about more than about 5 or 7. The science is patchy, but definitely 7 servings of soya a day or more raises IGF-1. It's like growth factor 1, which could potentially like accelerate cancer growth if you happen to have cancer in the body. But I think you probably get the same thing if you study just protein in general. Like, can't see why with this one particular bean, like the isolated protein from that would be any worse than any other food.
It's cowboy, everybody. It's cowboy.
Cowboy, lovely cowboy. He liked it. Francisco, why do bodybuilders consider raising IGF-1 a good thing when it's associated with cancer? The same reason I did back in the day, because I didn't give a shit and I just wanted big muscles and I put my health at risk.
So it helps to build bigger muscles?
Yeah. Plant protein does raise IGF-1 actually, which we were then talking about. There's studies with soya protein specifically. So I think it's really the balance of amino acids. That's the issue. Sophie, I don't eat fish, but parents do. Really want to find alternatives to prawns and other fish instead of them harming animals. That does sound promising. Toefish is pretty good. Toefish, if you look up recipes for that's not something we'd make. But tofu, sheet of nori to act as the sort of skin of the fish.
They put black salt on the tofu sometimes, don't they, as well?
Yeah.
I don't know what else they put on it. Got other things, maybe? Yeah, and then it's like in a batter and then sort of fried, isn't it, usually?
Yeah. Herb Evans, dehydration is a big problem for kidney stones. That's interesting. I see, Mitch. I see. The only fish recipe we really have is for chickpea tuna mayo. There's a recipe video on our channel. Is it in our cookbook as well?
Yeah, where'd you get your protein?
Where do you get your protein cookbook, which is now £6.99? There it is there. It's in our course as well. But yeah, we've got a recipe video on the channel if you give a search for that. Mark, Halloween is big in Ireland. That's interesting. Andre loves a bit of Halloween. Little Becky Lynn is in the house. Nice to see you, lovely. How are you doing? Rex, hey guys. I'm never ill, but yesterday a congested nose and no runny, making some soup. Oh, bless you.
Oh, get well soon.
Yeah. Hilary Herra is in the hizzy. Swa ma.
That's what I was thinking.
And just what ma to you too. Benny, when are you guys next in London? No plans at the minute, have we?
No specific plans for anything really, like right now.
We do want to start taking on some speaking engagements at different events, though.
Well,
So,
at the minute, it just makes me... Oh, no, I won't say what I was going to say, because...
You're not allowed to talk about it
No,
yet. Don't talk about it.
Sorry.
Don't talk about it. It's a surprise. It's a surprise secret. Yep, we've got another surprise secret that we can't tell you.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll tell you this one sooner than we'll tell you the other
Yeah,
one.
that's probably true.
Yeah.
Aurelio, are you familiar with Garden of Life raw organic meal? No. What's your opinion, or do you recommend? I don't know. Garden of Life. It's not like an American brand or something. I don't.
Do you want me to look it up? Well,
Yeah, look it up.
Garden of Life, what is it?
Raw organic meal.
Meal. Okay.
Fish toast. Becky Lynn, why are bodybuilders obsessed with the quality of protein? Because they are thick in general. Most amino acid content ratios, they say whey is the best. Well, I think whey is one of the worst to consume. There's actually no difference in the ability to build muscle or strength whether you use whey or soya protein. A newish study of Sao Paulo University in Brazil found. And the lead researcher has gone vegan off the back of it because he thinks, well, if I can not get heart disease or whatever, I mean, I'm just guessing what he's thinking, and not hurt animals and still get the same gains. Like, why would I hurt animals?
Garden of Life. Organic.
Garden of Life.
Pea protein, sprouted brown rice, amaranth, buckwheat.
Oh, it's a protein powder.
Millet, quinoa, chia, aduki beans, sprouted, flax seeds, garbanzo beans, lentils.
Oh, no, it's not a
seeds,
protein powder.
Sesame seeds, sunflower seeds.
Oh, so it's just grains and seeds and things? Meal replacement.
But it seemed like it had all good stuff. It didn't sound like it had anything bad in it.
No.
Hasn't got any flavourings or... But this one says it's chocolate, but it doesn't mention any of that, so maybe it's not mentioning... There's all these different products all in this one list. So
I say like eat real food. Ideally. Rather than replacements, but
it's got all these...
it looks alright on the...
It's got all these nutrients in it. But I don't know if that's from the food or from...
Well, it says ingredients, doesn't it?
Yeah, but then it doesn't... All it says is like whole foods, but this particular flavour says it's chocolate, but there's no mention of chocolate here.
That's weird.
So it's like they're missing some of the ingredients.
But you're being naive.
Yeah, I don't get it. This is the ingredients list, but look, it says it's chocolate flavour.
How can that be chocolate flavour, but there's no chocolate in it? Here's the true ingredient, so there's all other stuff.
But again, it's the same thing.
Vitamin and mineral blend.
Oh, is this all in there? Oh, right.
Yeah.
I see. It's got loads of things in it.
Oh, lactase. I thought that was milk protein.
It's got loads of vitamins. Look, loads of vitamins.
I don't like added vitamins and stuff. Why is it all in one? I would go for Vivo Life raw, whole over this. I'll go for the Vivo Life whole, which is like just whole foods ingredients.
doesn't look
rather
too
than
bad.
artificial
It's got salt
vitamins
in
and minerals.
it. Stevia.
Oh, stevia. Stevia's not ideal.
Organic chocolate
A little's
flavours.
all right.
I don't know what that means. What does chocolate flavours mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Erythritol.
You'd hope it would just say cocoa powder or something, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Don't know, a bit of a mixed bag. Better than some by the looks of it.
Yeah, definitely
Better than some. But I don't like artificial vitamins and minerals added like willy-nilly.
Yeah, then how do you know what other nutrients you need in the, like, say it's got B12 or D3 or whatever, how do you, I suppose it says the amounts. I don't know. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad from some of the things that I have seen.
Priya's been funny. Corvid, what are your thoughts about the Vega vegan protein powder? I heard they have high levels of heavy metals. Yeah, the last time I saw their test results, they were 2 scoops would give you a toxic load for lead, I think. There's not many protein powders that don't have toxic levels of certain heavy metals and things. Vivo Life is one of 3 in this one particular, what was that called? The White Label Report or something?
Yeah.
Clean Label Report. Yeah.
Excuse me for a moment.
Paul and Gemma, if you could go into space, would you go into space if we could? Like orbit for a few days. If Elon Musk was a fan of yours, offered you a free trip or something, would you want to?
I don't think so.
Nah.
I don't think I would.
I think the risk factor, and then the messing up your sleep-wake cycle, the weightlessness. Nah, I think it would harm your body.
I just don't have any interest, really. I just don't.
I'd be bored.
Yeah, it just doesn't interest me.
Can I still make videos in that? Little Becky. Yeah. Who would go? That's a really interesting question.
Love to go, so.
He's always with the good questions, isn't he, Andre? Becky, my mum recently switched from fish oil to algae oil. Brilliant.
Good.
That's fantastic. Jammet, blood pressure coming down, thankfully. I don't know what that is. Keolic, mandarins, a daily walk around Melbourne Botanic Gardens, brackets, the tan. Nice.
Very
Right,
good.
for some. Sophie would like to see some mockfish recipes on our channel. So yeah, we've done the tuna one, but to replicate,
fried, we
we wouldn't do anything fried, just because we're like a health first channel, and then to mimic a lot of things. It'd be hard with whole foods, like it's going to be quite artificial to make it worth its while, and it seems like the thing you're trying to mimic, really. I don't mean, and to give the fishy taste, like it's things like seaweed, which I like to eat some seaweed, but I don't like fishy flavours. I just don't.
What was it that you said is like a mensurinal tuna?
Yeah, well, my dad said that. Yeah, he wasn't a fan. Andre, damn you and your secrets. Well, I have a bunch of secrets that I'm not telling you. And you totally want to know these, but you never will say there.
Fair enough. We deserve it.
That's true. Rebel Vegan, do you know if there'll be any more animal rights protests in London? I'm sure there will. I'm going to say yes.
Probably Animal
Rebellion.
Rebellion.
I cannot tell you.
Are doing them all the time.
So follow Animal Rebellion, Extinction Rebellion.
The one we went to, the official, yearly one, that's just once a year. Like I said, the only one.
That'll explain that. But there's always little ones in different places.
Yeah, there's always things going on. Camp Beagle, I think, still going on. Is it? That's not London, but that's still happening.
Mitch, they make a regular protein as well. Tastes like chalk.
Some do, don't they?
Would not recommend to a friend. Sophie, I bought some yellow split peas the other day. Any recipe ideas? Ethiopian.
Oh, yeah. Stew, did we call it, or something?
So I'm thinking of one on Racy Baby's channel. Ethiopian split pea stew or something.
Yeah, so I was thinking stew.
I think we did a cover of it.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. We might have one on the channel. I think you'd just type like stew.
Have a little Google of that, but that was delicious.
Yeah, I'd like ginger, very gingery.
If you can't see it on our channel, type
She's not called Racy Baby.
Veg.
Eat veg. Oh.
Eat veg, Ethiopian split pea, something. Myron, what is the best vegan products to buy? Do you mean nutritionally or otherwise? If it's nutritionally, the best vegan products to buy are whole plant foods. Legumes, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, herbs and spices. These will give you the longest, happiest, healthiest life. In terms of vitamin and protein supplements and things, I like Viva Life. I'm a brand ambassador with them. 10% off code HENCH10, link below. And then if you mean in terms of cosmetics or household, let us know. And that's Gemma's forte.
Well, a bit.
She's great.
I'm no expert, but I can tell you what I use if that's indeed what you wanted.
So mindful. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I know my muscle building calisthenics days. I'm seeing how far I can get using barley and lentils as my bulking foods. I'm sure you'll do well. Crypto coloured lights tech. I just have trouble saying that. Is it the hizzy? I'm good. How are you? Benny, how long have you been doing the live streams now? I think we started a long while ago. Like
when lockdown hit, we doubled
no,
down
before that. I remember we were at Sean and Lorraine's house, like dog sitting or whatever.
Oh, okay.
And we used to do streams from there.
Or a week, or was it more? I don't know. Yeah, a long time, like at least 2 years. Or...
Yeah, really heavily, maybe a couple of years. Prior to that, just little odds and ends occasionally, not much at all. Yep. Vegan Mooncat, subscribe to him. He's great, General Mooncat. Follow his channel. He's bloody marvellous. Alfie boy, any tips on how to deal with my inability to hang out with non-vegan friends? Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm the same way. Find it more difficult to tolerate their indifference. Yeah. F them off. Get some better friends who care about animals.
It does get really hard. I'd say like try to not take it personally and to remember that they're not trying to be like deliberately sort of difficult or offensive to you by the sounds of it. Most people aren't, some are, but mostly people they just don't get it. They just really don't get it, and if they did get it, they would be vegan. So it kind of makes sense that they don't get it.
Yeah.
And it totally makes sense that you would find it difficult. I think that's something that we all have to sort of deal with at some point, and so I can really empathise with that. Maybe you want to make sure you keep doing things like this, like coming and chatting with vegans who understand you, so you don't just always feel like that odd kind of person out, in your gatherings and stuff like that. We do things like we don't eat with non-vegans anymore. We hang out to do other things, but we don't eat. So that's just, nicer for us. Maybe you could... What are they saying?
Oh, God!
Sorry, everyone.
What a bad person.
So you're saying how to deal with them. So what do you mean? Can you say a bit more? Like, what do you mean about deal? Like, are they being...
Like, duff them up.
Are they being unkind?
Headbutt them, because they won't expect that. They'll be fast at close quarters. And then as you make the range, jab cross, left hook, double leg takedown, getting them out and just ground and pound. Is that what you mean?
His inability to deal
with
how
them.
to deal with my inability
Severe.
to hang out with them.
Sorry.
So
ignore what I said.
So it sounds like you might be saying you're finding it hard to be with them, but you don't want to find it hard. But in that case, I would say
stop being vegan.
Your feelings are valid, totally
just
valid.
Just erase your kindness from your brain somehow with a lobotomy. Did that do it?
Yeah. Tell us a bit more, can you, about sort of the circumstances or exactly what you mean. Like,
tell us some more things.
Do you need to know like how to communicate more with them about veganism? Or are you wondering how do I turn them vegan, or how do I... They're definitely not going to go vegan. How do I, live with them and make it comfortable? Or yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. Oftentimes is how we potentially bang on about it a bit too much from their perspective and get on the nerves, and then maybe they're being negative towards us about it. Whereas if we just don't talk about it for a bit, and then the dust settles, and we try to just forget about that for a bit, have some fun together. Remember, I do love these people. And, sometimes we're too much in terms of, and rightly so animals are fucking dying. We need them to change yesterday, but oftentimes we just try a bit too hard, and then that just causes like a not such a nice relationship in people. And sometimes it has to come from other people. It can't come from someone close. Oftentimes it's a shit.
Sometimes if there's already grievances and I always forget this word, resentments and stuff in the relationship, before even the subject of veganism came along, then those kind of, then it makes it about the relationship needs like repairing and rebuilding, and trust to be gained again, and respect, and just things to be like resolved, and communication to get better, and just in general like the relationship to improve. And then that can just have a knock-on effect on any subject that's like difficult, like challenging in the kind of relationship. Say more about what's going on, can you?
Yeah. Francisco, do other plant protein sources like beans, peas, and nuts raise IGF-1 as just soy? The only science I've seen was on soy protein. I think it was isolate. But I'm going to infer that likely they would do, and it's just not been studied. I don't know is the answer, really. I don't know that there's science on it. That's the only one that people moan about, but I think why would it just be this one bean that does it? Right. Where the hell? This has jumped. Priya, I would go, but not with Musk. I can understand that. Mitch, zero gravity. Think about how much more you can lift. That would be something, wouldn't it? Unfortunately, your bones would get like weak, and I mean, I think they do have resistance training machines on space stations and things for that very reason. Andre would go, no question about it. Would you not be worried for the safety and maybe, would you be able to get back to see your family again? Or because things do go wrong, don't they? It's a bit of a.
Well, if you go in a black hole by accident and you come out somewhere else, and then you're 80, or your friends back home are 80,
you're 80,
or your family or whatever.
Well, you didn't think about that, did you, Andre?
You get home and your kids are older than you are.
That's really interesting. I like it that we're all different, though. That's nice.
Yeah.
Keeps it interesting. It's funny, Reed Stevens. Oh, Pomo would go as well. Mean Dog and the Hizzy. Oh, that's Jeff. Little Becky. Some people just don't care about animals. Health. Yeah, come out. Nut 'em. Bite their ears off. No, don't do that. That's not vegan. There's a lot of moons going on. Priya, getting your new cookbook hopefully next month.
Thank you.
Thanks, lovely.
It'll be pre-order 10% off until it's released, basically. And we don't know the exact date yet, but it'll be sometime in November, hopefully early November, but we shall keep you updated with that.
Andre, Hench and Gemma, would you ever write a book, not a recipe book?
I don't know. It's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. Lately I've been thinking, will I write a full cookbook? Like a one like this 1 or 200 or 300 recipe,
Bloody hell.
I think it's too much work. I don't think I want it enough,
Yeah.
But you're saying not recipe book. Yeah, I don't think I have a subject at this time in my life that I'd feel, confident enough to have enough to say, to warrant like writing a book. I've been flirting with the idea lately of...
How dare you?
Creating some kind of content. So we did that course about nutrition, and I'd kind of like to create a resource for people who are trying to recover their health, like maybe from a chronic health condition or recovering their mental health. Some kind of course or guide that goes through all the basic things and some more in-depth things that can really help you to optimize your health, the totality of your health. I'm sort of writing down odd ideas as they come to me for that. But I wouldn't want to have to do it in a book form, like a video series or something is what I'm thinking about doing. But I'm not sure if I'll do it. I just write things down as they start percolating in the old brain. So I might do that at some point. I'm
too lazy to write a book. It's so slow, isn't it? I like video.
Yeah, I'm dyslexic, so I find writing really hard. It takes me months to come out with a cookbook, and I don't know if that's you know, because I'm not very good at it or not, or if that's just how long it takes. But yeah, I find it really difficult. I much prefer speaking and like video format to writing things.
Oh, that's not Jeff. There's someone else masquerading as Jeff.
Oh, how dare you?
Right, they're looking for questions. Zhao, do I pronounce that? Does water kefir have enough B12? I don't think it has any, does it?
Not that I knew of, but I don't know much about it, so, you know, don't listen to me on that.
I'm going to say probably not. Becky, I would 100% use an official B12 supplement to counter UF healthy levels. You don't want to assume your level. No, you really don't. Death could ensue. Jules G in the hizzy. Alfie, like, I'm with your hench, but confrontation doesn't work, you know. I was joking. Echo Island. Hey, even with a varied whole foods vegan diet plus omegas, D3, B12, and seaweed, should I take multivitamins? Hell no. You probably do, if anything, more harm than good.
Don't bother.
Just eat adequate whole plant foods, take those supplements, eat the range, check on Chronometer, Chronometer, chronometer.com, plug your foods in, just check that you're getting your minimums of everything. But, you know, if you eat the range of legumes, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds, you know, some flax and chia, like you should do well.
Something I like
eat
to
all
do,
the colours.
if I have a period where I don't feel that I can fit as much volume in for some, you know, whatever reason, like I can't eat so many vegetables, or if, like you're travelling and you can't eat optimally, or if you're sick, I like to take Vivo Life's Thrive. It's just loads of powdered, like, fruits and vegetables, just for, like, that extra boost. And it's also got D3, B12 and iodine in it, so you don't need to take those things separately if you have 2 scoops a day. Can't remember. But anyway, I have that sometimes. But other than that, yeah, what you said, those other things, great. Get them in you.
Ollie B, you're so disciplined. Does it feel like effort cooking all that healthy food at this point, or just normal and easy? I guess that's more for you. Well, I cook my breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really think about it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we do spend longer cooking and eating and things than some. I do remember having some jobs where, like, if I took, you know, like a big salad or something, all the time it took to chew it and everything, I just couldn't fit it in my lunch break. So I really appreciate what it's like for some people who are really busy, you know, and they don't have time to do a lot of preparing or eating. What I've got really into more and more in recent years is batch cooking. Like, I could spend 20 minutes in the kitchen and I could make a lunch that would serve for 4 days, and then, or 3 days or more than that, and I put some in the freezer, and then put them in tubs, and every day just go in and get one out. We didn't do that for quite a long time because we were trying to be really varied every day for content.
Yeah.
But now we're just getting more, well, I'm getting more, as I'm writing more cookbooks, I'm spending so much time in the kitchen that I'm trying to be as efficient as possible. So yeah, that's why we wrote Speedy Vegan, and all the recipes in there are ideal for people who have this similar thought of like, oh, I don't have to spend loads of time in the kitchen, and isn't it hard work to just make everything from whole foods? Because it does take longer for sure. I'm not going to pretend that it doesn't, because it definitely does. You know, if you get like a prepared meal out of the freezer, it just takes like 1 minute. But to make something from scratch, you've got to get all the ingredients out and the spices, you know, etc.
Spice weasel.
If you make one batch, you've only got to do all the getting the things, the washing up, all that stuff like once, you know.
Word up.
So that's what I highly recommend.
Sorry, Static Ape, I missed your comment. I want to learn about nutrition like natural science, but it's hard to know. But it's hard to know where to start. What would you recommend? If you want to just do it for free, like one of the best places is nutritionfacts.org. It's a website and a YouTube channel, and they cite all the science. I mean, you know, if you really wanted to learn the science, you'd have to become a research scientist, so you'd need to trade in that. But they basically do it for you. They are research scientists. They look at the science, and they sort of put it into layman's terms, but they cite studies, so you can go in there and just check that you like agree or not. So nutritionfacts.org is one of the better places. Mean Dog changed his logo there. That's very kind. I'm glad you guys didn't fall out there. Hi, General Langley. We're good. How are you? Thanks for joining. Static Ape, so many different conclusions. I ain't got to get it reading out the industry-funded nonsense. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the good thing about nutrition facts. They look for conflicts of interest and all that, and they report on them. Thanks, Rebel Vegan. Moo, Gemma, I would love a nutrition course.
I guess you're referring to what I was saying about that I might do a course of some kind for recovering your health. So we've got a nutrition course that's all about food. That's all about how to optimize your nutrition to feel your best.
It's great.
So yeah, it covers,
It took us 5 months.
covers like what to eat, when to eat, how to put meals together, how to get all your nutrients, you know, kitchen equipment and different methods and what to do with certain foods, you know, and loads of recipes, all that kind of stuff, how to build muscle and lose fat with diet, you know. The thing that I'm thinking about putting together would cover loads more things. So all the things that you need to consider in order to recover your health. So, you know, sleep and like, you know, toxins and movement and mental health, you know, like all the different elements to
Toxic relationships.
yeah, and like
Past relationships.
how stress and all those things affect our health, and you know how to optimize all of these things, all the different types of healing modalities that I've come across through my years of healing and my experience with them or what I think of them, all the different teachers out there and what they kind of teach and what, you know, that you might be able to go to learn certain things like meditation and that kind of stuff, and how that impacts you know, the body, how the mind and body are like linked, and yeah, it's that kind of stuff. It would cover a lot of things, and you would be able to sort of take from it the things that feel the most helpful, you know, on your particular sort of journey. So that is something I'm thinking about. Yeah.
I've been meaning to gather a comprehensive list of all the essential nutrients we need and which plants contain the most amount of said nutrients. Help later growing a garden. Nice. We've got a list of nutritional requirements by age and stage of life in our course. It's complete.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you like which foods specifically to get them from.
No, don't tell you the foods.
Yeah, because you know, you eat a whole food plant-based diet and you know, you're good. And yeah, it's more like if you think, oh, like my daughter's like 5, how much B12 does she need, or you know, that kind of thing.
Or oh bloody hell, I'm preggers. How much folic acid do I need now?
Yeah, do I need to
And
up certain
choline.
things? And yeah.
Yes, you do. Alfie boy, thanks for your take. I'm unwavering in my position. I think it's utmost importance. I guess I feel a bit of a poser when I sit inside. So what I'm sort of hearing for you is that you feel like you need to keep telling them about it, but if they're not taking it on board already, it's sort of like you're banging your head against a brick wall, causing like ill feeling, where you could be speaking to like lower hanging fruit. So how about if you think that that's not your job to change those people, and hopefully some other activists will help to change them. And oftentimes it's what happens. Like we can bang on till we're blue in the face to our friends and family and whatever for years and not get anywhere. And then someone else says the same thing, and your mum will come through and say, "Oh, Dave told me bloody blah about this some industry," and you'd be like, "Oh, I've been telling you about that for 5 years." I've heard it loads of times.
Yeah.
So you don't have to sit in silence, but yeah, if you're constantly going on, like you're going to cause resentment in them and resentment in yourself, resenting that they're not changing. But it's all that thing about, you know, that you weren't vegan when you started the relationship and you're the one who's changed, so why should they have to? You should love them for who they are from their perspective. It's a whole convoluted, confusing mess, like 2 octopi engaged in a battle to the death.
Maybe instead of focusing on...
Is that fair to say?
Yeah, good words. Maybe instead of focusing on, you know, the things that you say being about facts and information and what they should be doing or shouldn't be doing, could you focus the conversation sometimes more towards how everyone's feeling in the relationship about the subject of veganism? So, like, when the topic comes up, if it feels awkward, you could say like, oh, I noticed there's it's kind of like a bit of friction when we talk about this, you know, like, how do you feel about the fact that I've gone vegan, or how do you feel in these conversations, or just open it up to questions like that.
Prime Minister's question time.
But just make it so that you can all talk about the situation, you know, rather than just saying, oh, well, you know, more facts and things about veganism. Does that make sense? So just bringing it home with some real honest questions that just might throw people off and just make them think for a minute about how things are going, or point things out like, oh, I notice if, you know, when we eat together, like, you know, and I have my like vegan meal, you always bring up such and such, you know, when I haven't even said anything, or, you know, you bring this up and like, oh, I just wondered why you do that, or, you know, how you feel when I'm here with a vegan meal, or just stuff like that. Does that make sense? Like, just being really like honest and opening it up so they can say how they feel, and you can say how you feel, and remind each other that you know you care about each other. You can say, oh, I know that I've like, yeah, I know I've just had to think about it, and recently I've like mentioned like you going vegan like several times this week. I've thought about it and I realised, I've said it a lot, and I realise I'm doing that because I really care about you, and I've seen so much information about how such and such like foods, you know, are really damaging, and I know you've got this particular ailment, and like, I just love you and I want you to be around for a long time, and that's why I keep saying I just want you to know that. Stuff like that. Have honest, you know, emotional and meaningful conversations like that, where you can, you know, repair kind of the relationship and regain some closeness again, and remind them why you're saying these things, you know, and hopefully then it will open up for them to have some authentic conversations back with you, and just to repair things perhaps. But, you know, I'm not saying that. It's hard because I say a lot of these things and then I think, oh, but, you know, the people I'm talking to, maybe they're getting really ridiculed and mocked a lot of the time, you know. And then I'm telling you, oh, like, be really compassionate and kind towards these people, so they then listen to you, etc. You know, I know it's not easy. I really know that. What are you doing?
I'm a monkey.
But why?
Why not?
Okay.
Sorry, I got a bit bored.
Anyway, I don't know. I hope that was helpful. Hey, how do you?
Super chat. Julie Kelsey very generously donated $4.99. No question. She's just supporting her local neighbourhood vegan YouTubers. Now, your avatar looks very familiar, Julie. Do we chat on Instagram, perchance? You look very familiar. Super chat. Our lovely IRL friend, Kate Southby, very generously donated £8.99. You can see us in his little avatar there. There's the three of us. Oh, thanks. Oh, you lovely man. Yeah. No question, just supporting his local neighbourhood vegan YouTubers. Yeah. You lovely, lovely people.
How are you doing? How are you doing in life?
Yeah. Right. I'm just going to skip forwards a bit because we're a bit behind in the chat. If I miss your comment or question, pop it back. Oh, Julie said she bought our cookbook as well. Oh, bless you.
Oh, thank you
so much. That really helps.
That's really kind. I've got loads of people to email it out to as soon as it comes out. I know what I'll be doing on the release day. Just sit on my computer, sending emails.
Yeah. Race. Oh, Bjorn. He's a lovely one as well, isn't he? He's always lovely. 33 knocks on the chats. So is it Sergeant Bjorn? I forget these days. Thank you. Why didn't they put the insignia on the super chats? How's it going? We're good. How are you, my friend? Bless you. You lovely people. Right. Callum, have you turned any of your family vegan? Your uncle?
Yeah, my aunt and uncle, they're now vegan.
Yeah.
I think we've had like an influence, you know, on other people. Other people would say things to me like, "Oh, I've been included more of this like corn stuff, and that's okay," or "I've had this or that." You know, I think we've had an impact on a lot of people, but no one's like specifically, other than those guys, gone vegan. Not yet, anyway.
Real vegan. How's your son getting on? Any update videos? No. Just he's super busy now. His just work's gone crazy. But yeah, not got to chat to him for a while. But he did say the other day that he's going to try and get over this week. So hopefully we'll have a catch up and see how he's getting on. And if he's getting any further, maybe we would make a video.
When someone's really busy with work, it makes it harder for them to find the time to look into the things they have to do or to figure out what to eat or like stuff like that, doesn't it? We tried to make it as easy as we could for him, didn't we? With giving him some meal ideas and stuff. But
that little cat came in suddenly.
He's a busy guy, so let's see if there's anything else we can do for him.
I hope he's doing well. He's a good boy, so I reckon he'll get it.
Let's we want to get a dining table so we can like have people over, because if people come around we just have to eat like off our laps. That's how we eat now. So I want to get a dining table and have people over so we could have him and his girlfriend around for a meal and make something nice for him. That would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Nice, Julie. Andre doesn't approve of octopi fights. I do, as long as it's sanctioned and they have boxing gloves on each tentacle. Dragon Fist, what is your LDL in milligrams per deciliters? 1, I've never tested it. 2, we have millimoles per litre over here. And 3, I don't know. What do I need to eat to get my LDL down to 20? You don't need to get your LDL down to 20. I don't know if it's possible. It might be. You certainly wouldn't want to be eating any animal products, coconut oil, palm kernel oil, cocoa butter.
No, that chocolate.
But I think 50 is like the lowest, where there's like no further benefits below that. Is my understanding of the science.
Yeah, amla is meant to be good, isn't it?
Amla is great, yeah. Basically, avoiding saturated fat, trans fats, cholesterol, eating amla, leafy greens.
So not handfuls of nuts every day?
Yeah. See, like there is some degree of saturates in the healthy whole plant food. There's always a mixture.
You need some fats.
So higher carb, lower fat, whole foods, plant-based, oil-free, ideally. That's going to be easier.
Super Chad.
What else are good foods to lower cholesterol?
Hibiscus tea.
Hibiscus tea, beta glucan-rich foods like oats and mushrooms. Super Chad. It's that lovely Pomodorino. Thanks, Gemma, for the insight. Hard to focus with Paul making faces. Sorry, I was a monkey.
I find it hard when people want to talk about, communicating about veganism to non-vegans and the difficulties. I feel like I want more information. Like I want to have a chat about it. I want to ask questions. I want to know, who are these people in your life, and tell me what kind of things they say, and what are these situations where this comes up, or how are they being with you, etc. I want to know more details, in order to chat about it. So one thing that could be helpful is to see a counsellor, no matter how briefly, just to just talk about the relationship and any ruptures, and to figure out that you can do so many things with counsellors. I think they're incredible, but some things that I've done in the past is rehearsals of conversations and how I'll be with people, not regarding veganism, just in general, like practicing being, for me, more assertive, or saying when I'm not happy about something. That kind of stuff, for me, was particularly helpful. So yeah, you could practice having conversations with a counsellor or a good friend that's vegan, or if you want to, just about how you want to talk about things and how you want to respond, and that that's something that's helped me anyway.
Dave Charles, hi both. Your thoughts, please, on the recent news that dog owners could be fined or imprisoned and banned from keeping animals for feeding their dogs a vegan diet anytime you make a video. It's complete bullshit. That's just tabloid headline nonsense. It's complete lies. So someone looked at the 2006 Animal Welfare Act. There's nothing in there about vegan diets, but they decided to infer that, cats and dogs are meant to eat meat, so therefore, you can get fined. They quoted £20,000 fine, and that's why we know it's the 2006 Act. And the actual that act has been updated, and the fine is actually unlimited for like pet abuse. The fine is actually unlimited now. There's no £20,000 cap, so it's just bullshit in every single way possible. So don't worry about that. Vegan Foot Soldier did a full expose. That was very good. Yeah, every single, or a lot of tabloids like ran that as like a headline, like vegan dog owners can be fined 20 grand. Complete lies. Don't buy tabloid papers, people. They're just complete bullshit.
Yeah.
Sam, what are your favourite herbs for health, and have you tried Blue Lotus?
Ooh.
Blue Lotus. Isn't that like a gay bar in the Police Academy films? Favourite herbs? All of them. All of them.
Yeah. Any particular ones? Like mint is the most antioxidant rich.
In terms of antioxidants, yeah.
That's something.
I don't know if you mean the more like adaptogenic ones and all that malarkey. I mean, almond powder is the most antioxidant rich spice in the world.
Ashwagandha is very popular in a lot of Vedic formulations. You know, it's meant to be good for, so
stress
many
and
things.
stuff. Yeah. But these things have to be cycled. Blue Lotus. Tell me about Blue Lotus. I mean, I'm interested. Stacey, don't know if you remember, but I had my first counselling session and it went really well. I think Gemma helped me see that having a non-vegan counsellor is okay. I think it will really benefit me.
Oh, that's great. I'm glad it went well. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I would hope that no counsellor would be judgmental of anyone's beliefs, the way they live their life, you know, like anything like that, because that would not make them a very good counsellor. Yeah. And you never know, like, you know, you communicating about what's important to you, like you might open their eyes to some things that they'd never considered before, you know? We're always influencing people all the time.
Recently, are trans fats carbs that identify as fats? Yes, they are. Callum, my type 2 diabetic dad has been having a post-workout smoothie with me. He's concerned that he has not been... It's been told not to blend fruits since it's bad for diabetes. What's your opinion on this? The thing that's bad for diabetes is saturated fats, so animal products, palm oil, palm kernel oil, cocoa butter. Type 2 diabetes is caused by the main thing. It's nothing to do with carbohydrate. If you put a carbohydrate load in the body, it will show that you've got type 2 diabetes, but it doesn't cause the disease. It just shows the symptoms. The cause of it is intramyocellular lipids, so these bad fats trapped inside muscle cells. If you ate a low-fat diet and went high carb, he can actually... Most people reverse type 2. Get him the book, Dr. Neil Barnard, The Programme for Preventing and Reversing Diabetes. Yeah.
So this might be a silly question, but so do people have to lose weight then in order to get that fat out of the...
Yeah, I don't know. You'd think so, wouldn't you?
But it seems like from what I've heard of stories that people can reverse the diabetes before they have lost the weight.
Yeah, I mean, are most diabetics quite fat, or can you have really lean diabetics?
Yeah, I don't know.
How does it work? Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I mean, maybe it's quite possible that you might have to put a little bit of more insulin in to counter the carbs while the intramyocellular lipids come down. But I've not heard of that being a thing, so I don't think that's the case.
Yeah. I sort of heard of people reversing type 2 within weeks.
Within
weeks,
yeah,
like really quick,
just
you know?
From the word go, you're just reversing it. So, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe read the book, Programme and Preventing and Reversing Diabetes. Who else is good? Mastering Diabetes are a good outfit as well. They've got an Instagram page you might want to follow. Deborah, should I be supplementing with omega-3, EPA and DHA? Not necessarily, though there can be benefits. You need to balance your omega-3 and 6, like get ALA, the short chain omega-3 with the omega-6. So 3 or 4 to 1 in favour of omega-6, and then you should be able to produce enough EPA and DHA yourself from, as long as you're getting at least 2.2 grams of ALA per day as a female, 3.2 for a male. Some people may have a genetic predisposition where maybe they don't produce the elongase enzyme. So, like they do, some people do need direct EPA and DHA. Some people say you only need DHA. There is some science to suggest that some EPA is beneficial as well, though. I don't know if that was for brain health. I can't remember what I was listening to now. It's probably best to get both 250 milligrams, either DHA or preferably probably a combined EPA DHA per day. It's looking like where you need to be. Right.
I was just thinking about how earlier on I was talking about quick meals. Have you guys seen the video that we put out a few days ago? It's like a challenge. Can we make 4 days food in 35 minutes? I think that was a really good video. We made 3 recipes from the new cookbooks, Really Vegan, and yeah, it was, can we do 4 days worth of food in just 35 minutes? That's mad, isn't it? Yeah, so do check that out. And you've put out another new video today, haven't you?
Yeah, it's just a short, but I'm going to share the link in case you guys want to check it out. I'm enjoying some short form video.
Yeah, that's a good video.
Now click this.
How it's really going, isn't it? Everyone wants like faster paced stuff all the time.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking a lot of what we've said in the live stream, more what he said really, is in our free guide. So if anybody wants, there's a link below. You just put your email address in and you get loads of nutrition information for free.
Word up. Right, we better go for our evening walk before it gets too late. Thanks for the thanks moderators first for keeping us troll free. Thanks for the super chats, keeping the beans on the toast. And the cameras rolling. We're back Friday, 7 p.m. GMT. Set a reminder on your phone. I'll try and come on before then. Maybe Wednesday, either 7 a.m. or 7 p.m, depending on how lazy I am.
And have you joined our Facebook community? We did a cook-along on Friday last week, and it's not on the channel, but we posted a link to it in the Facebook community. So if you want that, it's just on Facebook. It's Hench Herbivore community, and there's like about 1,300 people in there now, all just chatting about sharing what they eat, and we share when we're coming live and all stuff like that. So please also join that group.
Hang on, we've had a super chat, have we? Dave Charles, did we mention that one?
Oh no, I guess it's through. Oh no, it's through YouTube, is it?
Not sure. Why didn't we see that? Oh, Dave Charles. Sorry. Super chat. Sorry, Dave Charles. Thank you very much. £2 on the super chat. No question. Just supporting his local neighbourhood vegan YouTubers. Thank you very much. That all adds up, and it means that we can do this for a living and don't have to get a job where we're not helping animals and people.
Yeah.
And so you'll never know how much that means to us. Did you say about our free e-guide?
Free guide, yep.
Our cookbooks, sort of first two are 30% off. They're just $6.99. Our new one, Speedy Vegan, is out soonish, sometime next month, probably early.
Yep.
10% off if you pre-order it now. Link below for all of that. And our course is at a low introductory price. That'll be all our cookbooks. So once the third one comes out, you'll get that like after the fact. But it's 14 videos. What else is in there? Yeah, our cookbooks,
PDFs,
as I said.
Like things like daily lists of things to like consume, and nutrition like guides for ages and stages of life. Like there's recipes in video, written format.
The PDFs are downloadable, printable.
Yeah.
And
just everything that you need to know to thrive.
They're amazing.
To feel your best, yeah.
Yeah, so give that a look if you want to. Right, we better go and get some movement in. Make sure you guys have done some movement today as well.
It's harder in the winter, isn't it? Because it's dark early, it's rainy, you don't really want to.
Yeah.
But we find we feel better once we get
going.
So
it's worth it once you get going, isn't it? But it's getting towards our bedtime, so we better go. See you soon, guys. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye for now.
Good day to you, sir.
Good day to you.
Madams. Goodbye.